Okay, let's dive into this Miami sprint race from May 3rd. Formula One sprints, they're meant to be exciting,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Pure adrenaline shots.
And judging by the live reports we've seen digging through F1 blogs like Mundo Deportivo, AS.com, Radio Marca, this one was, well, pretty wild.
Definitely lived up to the hype, maybe even exceeded it.
Yeah.
Especially with those conditions.
Right. The weather really played a huge part. Heavy rain delaying the start.
Yeah.
That already sets a tone.
It does. And then Leclerc crashing in the pit lane before the race. That's just, wow.
Incredible start to the day for him. Not in a good way. And the safety car start, that always adds a layer of, tension.
Mm-hmm. Plus the tire choices. Most on Inters, but Sainz. He went for the full wets. A big gamble.
It really was. What were they seeing, you wonder? Was it just a hope the rain would stick around longer?
Could be. Or maybe just trying something completely different in a short race where track position is everything. Less data, more instinct sometimes.
Possibly. So eventually we get racing. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the safety car first, then properly. And Kimi Antonelli, the rookie, on pole.
Youngest ever. That's a massive story right there. Huge pressure, I imagine.
Must have been. But it didn't last long at the very front, did it? Piastri was right on him.
Yeah, Piastri got a great launch, pushed Antonelli a bit wide into turn one, and just took the lead. Classic aggressive start.
Norris slotted in behind him, then Verstappen. So McLaren won too early on.
And Alonso. Don't forget Alonso. He was making moves in those early laps, too. Experience counts in the wet.
Definitely. Antonelli's pole was exciting, but you saw that difference maybe in racecraft at the very first corner against Piastri.
You did. It's tough for a rookie, but McLaren, they looked hooked up immediately in those conditions. Their setup must have been spot on.
They really did. Piastri pulled out a bit of a gap, maybe a second or two.
Something like that. But Norris wasn't just settling for second, you could tell. He started to close that gap back up.
And then the radio messages start coming through, right, about the track drying out.
Yeah.
That crossover point, always the trickiest thing to judge. When do you risk switching to slicks?
Especially in a sprint. There's no time to recover if you get it wrong.
Exactly. And that McLaren battle, even with a gap behind them, they were pushing each other. How much do you let them race in that situation?
Tricky call for the pit wall. A 1-2 is great, but throwing it away, not so much.
Right. Then things got really interesting around the pit stop phase. Hamilton went early.
He did. A bit of a gamble, pitting for, softs and mediums, hoping the track was ready.
Yeah, a real roll of the dice. Stroll and Sainz followed soon after.
Then the leaders started coming in, Verstappen, Antonelli, and this is where things went wrong for Max.
Oh, yeah. Damaged his front wing during the stop, apparently, just clipped it.
And then got a penalty. Unsafe release, they said, with Hülkenberg.
That's right. Let him out right into Nico's path. Costly error. Very costly.
And Sainz. Just when you thought his race might come back to him after the wet tire gamble. A puncture.
Awful luck for Carlos. Just compounds the difficult start. But amidst all that chaos, Alonso somehow popped up in fourth.
He did. That pit stop cycle chaos, he just navigated it brilliantly. That's racecraft. Pure experience showing through again.
But his luck didn't hold either, did it? The Lawson incident.
No. That was pretty clumsy, it looked like. Lawson just seemed to run into the back of him.
And the reports say Alonso was already off the track when he got hit.
Yeah, that's what AS.com mentioned. Makes it even worse. He was trying to recover or avoid something, and then bam.
So frustrating for Fernando. Out of the race just like that.
Yeah.
And under investigation, naturally.
Of course. Potential penalties there for Lawson, maybe points on his license, big implications.
And that crash, Alonso's crash, brought out the safety car.
Which turned out to be the defining moment of the race, really.
Absolutely. Because Lando Norris, he hadn't pitted yet.
Nope. He stayed out, and suddenly, with everyone else having stopped earlier.
He gets a free pit stop, effectively. Comes out still in the lead. Incredible timing.
Sometimes luck plays its part, doesn't it? Perfect timing for him. Terrible for Piastri, who'd led most of the race.
And then the race just finished. Behind the safety car. A bit flat after all the drama, maybe.
Yeah, I can feel that way sometimes. But probably the right call, given the car recovery and track conditions. Safety first.
True. So, the final results, at least provisionally, Norris wins.
Yep. Lando Norris takes the sprint win. Great result for him and McLaren.
Piastri second, completing the McLaren 1-2. Must be a bit gutted, though.
You'd think so. Led so much of it. Hamilton third, that early pit stop gamble.
It worked out. Great call by Mercedes and Lewis.
Then Albon, Russell, Stroll, Lawson despite the incident, and Ollie Bierman scoring points.
And Verstappen. That penalty dropped him way down.
10 seconds dropped him right out of the points. A tough outcome after starting near the front.
And still some question marks, right? Investigation's ongoing.
Yeah, Albon for something under the safety car, and another unsafe release involving Behrman and Hülkenberg, so things might still shift slightly.
Always the way in F1 these days. What did the drivers say afterwards? Norris was happy, but acknowledged the luck.
Pretty much. Happy with the pace, admitted the safety car was fortunate, called it a difficult race strategically. Honest assessment.
Piastri.
Disappointed.
A little bit, yeah. Felt he did almost everything right, just unlucky with the timing. Hopes for better luck later. Understandable.
And Hamilton seemed pretty pleased, considering.
Definitely. Said it's been a tough year, surprised by the rain. Inters were tricky, but the gamble to pit just paid off. A welcome podium.
So summing it all up, Norris wins, kind of unexpectedly, thanks to the safety car.
McLaren looked really quick, though. That's a big takeaway.
Very true. Chaos reigned, lots of incidents, penalties, classic sprint race unpredictability.
And mixed fortunes for the Spanish drivers. Alonso taken out, Sainz with that puncture, a day to forget for them.
So yeah, a really eventful sprint. But with those investigations still open, the results aren't quite final.
True. Always that asterisk until everything's confirmed. It definitely leaves you thinking, though. After that kind of unpredictable sprint, how does it change things for the main Grand Prix?
That's the big question, isn't it? Do teams get more cautious? Or does it embolden them to take more risks?
And did this short race actually tell us anything concrete about who's genuinely fastest this weekend, or was it just chaos?
Maybe a bit of both. McLaren's pace seemed real, but the incident shuffled things so much. Lots to ponder before the main event.